Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realize Wintertide Miracles. And we are in the Cantarella route, and the moving castle was pretty much busting down the walls outside. So, yeah, here we go. But, pardon me, Your Majesty, Captain Lionheart. Watch this. Her Majesty the Queen is busy with official business. Can't do his voice anymore. I don't know. My apologies. However, I bring urgent news. Howl's fucking busting down the walls. I can't get over it. I can't get over the Howl's moving castle thing going on. Very well. Tell me. You're in quite the fluster. What happened? That's not her voice either. I'll figure it out. Yes, long story short, a giant castle is heading directly toward London. Her face is like, what now? Okay, I'm not sure who we are now, but impenetrable outer walls lined with countless turrets symbolize the Steel City. But even London's shield trembles in fear. Those at the front gate, those atop the walls, and those outside the walls understand fully. A giant steel castle belches out steam as its wheels turn, creeping up on the walls of London. Kind of almost goes back to the Finniss route when they're like, we should just destroy everything that Father made. You know what? Maybe we should, because this tank's about to crash into shit. Like, everything Isaac touches turns into a monster. Well, the Clockwork Castle. What is that? Castle? Are we dreaming? Even the soldiers protecting the outer walls stare at the scene, dumbfounded. We've received permission from Her Majesty to attack. Once the castle is within range, we're ordered to fire all turrets. All right, everyone, man your stations. Our target is the giant castle. Make sure you keep an eye. It's gonna be a hard one to hit. It's giant. No, just kidding. Don't allow even one broken cobblestone in the city of London. The swarm of turrets prepare at once to fire. It's understandable that they'd perceive this castle as a horrific monster that's threatening the very existence of London. I mean... What the... What? What is that? A moving mechanical castle. Whoa! I want one. Fucking impy. I want one. Everyone else is like, the fuck? And he's like, sweet. Yeah, leave it to Impy, of course. What is this gleaming embodiment of a man's ambition that I see before me? I'm not daydreaming, am I? Is it powered by steam engines? Wait, but if it discharged that much heat all at once, it'd almost certainly overheat. In which case, perhaps there's a different energy source that can fuel this steam engine. Oh man! Whatever it is, I'm losing my mind. Fucking look! Look on his face! Oh god, Impy, you're fucking nuts. Oh, you know what? Impy, pick up your jaw. Now's not the time for this. Albeit slowly, it appears that the castle is heading toward London. He's like, I'm surprised Saint Germain isn't giggling. Like, oh, this is gonna be a great time. Everyone's gonna die. You know, because he's crazy. At this rate, it's only a matter of time before it breaches the exterior walls and tramples the entire city. Don't tell me that's Twilight's new weapon. No. You should know just as well that Twilight would never possess something this flashy. Or if they did have something that bonkers, they sure wouldn't be acting like the lapdog of the Empire. What was that sound? A transmission. No, a loudspeaker. Could it be coming from that castle? What the? It's kinda a voice, but doesn't it sound more like singing? Sounds oddly familiar, too. Singing? Hearing that word, there's only one person who comes to mind for miles. Cantarella? Echoing from the approaching threat is undoubtedly Cantarella's voice. But what could that possibly portend? Why is such a mournful song coming from that castle? I can't believe it. Is Cantarella in there? It couldn't be. Is that the castle that Baron Eigel was talking about? Kind of forgot how to say his name. In which case, she's also inside. I take back what I said. That masked Baron isn't so harmless after all. Damn it all! Causing even more havoc when things are already bad enough. He's like, God damn it, this is more shit we have to do. I just wanted to stay at home and look pretty. It's Lupin. I love him. Whoa there! Where do you think you're going on your own? Where else? To Cantarella! Judging from that singing, something clearly isn't right. Something must have happened to her. Really? It was you. But I mean, do you wanna... And what do you suppose you'll do once you get there? I swear to God, they're still fucking cousins or something. I mean, they look too much alike. They have the eyes and the hair. You know. Huh? Aren't you the one who severed all ties, saying that you were tired of being family? Cantarella would be nothing more than a stranger to you. Are you really obligated to save her? That's... Aw, his pain face is cute. It's a completely justified reasoning that he can't object to. Even if he did rush to her side and reunite with her, would she be able to accept the one responsible for scarring her heart so deeply? However, Miles bites his lip, both eyes fixed firmly forward. I understand how ridiculous it sounds, and perhaps this time it's my turn to be rejected and pushed away. But so be it. I want to help her. My irreplaceable daughter with that adorable smile and beautiful voice. She's precious to me, and I don't want to lose her. It's simple reasoning, but it's undeniably his honest feelings nonetheless. All right, then. With that settled, let's get on to the castle raiding bit. What? Why does Lupin, like, not have teeth? And he's, like, so excited like that, it's like he has no teeth, and it looks really weird. It's like, it just now, like, I've always thought it's like there's something awkward about it, but I couldn't quite figure it out. It's because he has no teeth. It's like a gum mount. It's awkward. It took me 3 games to, like, have that finally pop into the front of my head. Like, that's kind of what the thing that's slightly awkward about that is. Okay. London's main gate is presumably closed at present due to emergency security, so we'll have to find another path. Why don't we just jump down from here? Look at the look on his face! He's like, I'll push you assholes off the wall. He's like, I'll push you guys, don't worry. You would be the sole survivor of such a drop, Van Helsing, to say nothing of the questionable merit of approaching from the ground. I have a feeling you would also survive, Saint Germain. You just don't want us to think that you would. Being all secretive like that. Shady. Alrighty! It's time for my dear sweet ornithopter to shine, then. How are you gonna fit 30 people in that? Oh, that's true. We can board the castle directly using that. But Imby, isn't the ornithopter built for just one person to ride? Well, let's not sweat the details. Our princess awaits, so we'll just have to wing it. Oh god, they're all gonna be hanging out. He's like, I'm just gonna strap Lupin to the bottom. I got a seat for him. We know he did this, right? Anyway. Luckily for us, it's a short flight. So that makes 6 of us total if we include Miles. Trust in the world's greatest genius engineer. And just don't crash before we get there, and I'm sure we'll be fine. See, he's got teeth there. That's what I'm saying. What? Am I dreaming, or are you all acting like this is the most natural thing in the world to be excited to come along with me? But of course. And there's no reason for us to stay put when our princess is inside that castle. He's like, bitch, we have done so much worse. And I need to get that girl back so I can stab her later. Miles is like, what? Nothing. Did you just say, no, I didn't? But I'm pretty sure you know. Don't make me stab you. Okay. Though, if I may say so, rescuing Cantarella is your job. We're merely assisting you. We're not a charity either, since you're always slacking off. You better be prepared to work your tail off in there to make up for it. Okay, yeah. They're like, look, we do this shit once a week. This is like a Tuesday for us, but like, it's fine. I love how Miles is like, wait, you guys are gonna go, wait, what? And they're like, bitch, this is Tuesday. This is normal. This is nothing. It's any other shit we tried to do. Please. We tried to kidnap a guy on a train, and there was this whole thing, and then, like, whatever. So much shit that we do on a normal basis. This is a normal standard week for us, okay? I mean, it's been a little boring for about 3 days, so it's about time we raided a castle that was moving. You know, fought a wizard. Just pretending he's a wizard. He's Howl, I'm sorry. Igel is fucking Howl, no one can tell me otherwise. Like, Miles is like, and they're like, bitch, please. But like, listen. I'm not doing this for you, motherfucker. We're going in for Spacey. Do your own shit. We're just taking you with us. That's about as nice as we get. Van Helsing. This is the one saying that. He's the fucking marshmallow. He is the softest, squishiest thing. He's like, I seem crusty on the outside, but I'm all soft and squishy on the inside. I love him. Anyway. Right. Miles mumbles to himself as he looks to the sky. And these folks truly are fucking amazing. Yeah. I apologize. Rather, I thank you. I vow on your kindness that I'll never lie about my feelings for her again. So please, help me in clearing the path that I should walk as her father. And they're like, we're your age, and we're all trying to bone Spacey, who is her clone, and you're trying to be her dad. You're more noble than us, but we're power to it. He's like, wait. And you're like, no, you don't get to. Miles, you sit down. You don't. No, maybe. But you're going to have to be tied with him because you're a little too much like him. Plus, Cantarella's my clone, and you've been her dad, and now you want to date, you want to marry him. That's weird. I can't be my clone's stepmom. It's bizarre. Really fucking bizarre. Anyway. Look at our boys. Oh, I love it. Our preciouses. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm just enjoying this. This is my preciouses. My precious babies. Anyway. I can't laugh like Lupin right anyway. Just leave it to us. Just leave it to us, good-for-nothing Papa. You're looking at quite the formidable bunch. I know, I love them so much. The crew, in high spirits, smiles at him. Look, even Saint Germain is smiling. With abundance of joy. The moment we leave the hall, a fierce wind distinctive of high altitude blasts over us. The scenery outside had completely changed from earlier. We could see as far as the eye could see from here, further proof that the castle is, in fact, moving. Not that Igel and I have the mental energy to enjoy such a sight at the moment. And looking to the outer walls of London that we're quickly approaching, the worst-case scenario crosses our minds. Igel, if we don't stop the castle soon, it will... I know. But with the control device I have here, the best I can do is monitor the internal conditions of the castle. In order to alter its course, I need to tinker with the machine in its main hub. Main hub? Oh wait, is that where Cantarella is? Yes, it is. I think she was recognized as the activation key, and that's why she was taken there. Perhaps he was recalling Cantarella's heart-rending singing. His expression looked strained. But the route that leads there has changed dramatically, likely due to the castle's transformation as it rose to the surface. We couldn't possibly make it to the main hub before the castle plunges into London. Oh no. As he grabs his immobile leg in frustration, I feel a sensation pushing up from below me. The clockwork castle must have begun taking a giant step with the power of its wheels and legs. At this rate, both Cantarella and London, being so high up, getting to the surface to call for help is out of the question. And the journey to the main hub would be much too hard on Igel who can't walk. Which leaves me little choice but to go there on my own. I grit my teeth, my mind made up, when suddenly, even over the oppressive hissing of steam, I hear the familiar hum of wings draw near. How? You're in the middle of the fucking castle! The fuck do you hear that? Ah, that's right. Why is it that I always get discouraged during these minor inconveniences? Fucking love that! I love it. Minor inconvenience! I get so discouraged during these minor inconveniences of like a giant fucking steam-powered castle that's being powered by my clone's voice. I don't know if she's my clone yet, but because about to plap into London, and I mean, it's just a minor issue because my boys are coming. Dude, I don't even know why. Oh, I told you, it's a typical Tuesday. Always like clockwork. Oh, I love it. I love it so fucking much. Oh, Spacey! Your knight in shining armor's come to rescue you! I should have known that they'd come running to my aid. Or flying, as it were. Impy! Everyone! So great. Stop waving, you dolt! We're already well over the weight limit, and this piece of rubbish is barely flying. Hey, self-proclaimed genius engineer. We're gonna crash at this rate. Don't sweat it. I can handle this. Nothing can stand between the power of love and my dearest, sweetest honey. I'll turn this crash into a crash landing. That's the skill of a natural-born pilot, turning serious damage into moderate damage. Oh my fucking god, Impy. Right. So there's nothing you can do about the whole crash part? The ornithopter accelerates, wobbling all the while. Adjusting its angle, Impy manages the vehicle's position, and then... Alright, gentlemen. Collision is imminent. Do brace yourselves. The fucking look on his face, too. He's like, okay, everyone's about to die. Whatever. Oh, he's like a little Jolly Rancher. He's like so sweet. Just full of sugar. I love it. I think you're underselling this somewhat. The ornithopter suddenly plunges. Spacey! Get back! The ornithopter practically slides down the Whoa! Reflex kicks in. Uncle's chair. A roaring sound booms through the castle, and an impact wave makes my hair flutter. This would have been the perfect time for a CG. Like, I know it's like Cantarella's route, but if just if Oliver was just standing there magnificently, like, Miles would have to be sprawled out on the floor like in a heap, like, oh, like he didn't know it. Everybody else just standing there magnificently, like, totally posed, like, we do this all the time. I mean, we legit do this all the fucking time, and they crash this shit all the fucking time. So you think they'd be like standing perfectly in like superhero poses? Like, yeah, we always jump out of the crashing ornithopter. We're done. We do this. It's typical, standard. Miles in a heap, all black and blue. Like, what the fuck? They're like, psh, you get used to it. Again, typical Tuesday, Miles. We've told you. The ornithopter plunged into the castle's wall and comes to a stop. You're all here. Are you all right, Spacey? Of course. Wait, of course. Everyone's like, all right, let's go. Let's get the ornithopter. And everyone's going to get the ornithopter. Where the fuck is Lupin? And he comes dashing. Oh, sorry. Whew. They're like, the fuck, dude? You really had time to change? And he's like, hello. Yes. Everyone else, get in the ornithopter. And they're like, where's Lupin? Just give me 5 minutes, guys. We're like, we don't have fucking time for this, Lupin. But no, we had to have time for a fucking costume change. He's pretty good at changing his clothes, though. I'll give him that. He's pretty speedy about it, which is saying something, because he's done it before in games, and you're like, I know, because I remember saying something about it in the first game, like, how fast does he change his fucking clothes? Like, poof, done. Like, seriously. It's not like I just changed my coat. It's a whole fucking different outfit. Like, he can change a whole outfit faster than most people can tie a bow tie. Gotta give him skill, but still, it was like 5 minutes they didn't have. Anyway. She doesn't appear to be hurt. I love you. Thanks for worrying about me. I should be asking you if you're alright, doing something reckless like that. I know she's grinning. She's like, I mean, seriously. My dear friends, Lupin and his crew. A full day hasn't even passed yet, but I can't help smiling seeing them again. They've become such an integral part of my daily life, and accompanying them is, hey, Miles, who stands there with an awkward expression. Kick him in the shins, Spacey. Having finally gathered, we explain our situations. We tell them of the sequence of events that transpired since arriving at the Clockwork Castle. Ooh, and how Cantarella disappeared. Ooh, that... I know, that was loud thunder. Lupin then explains how Miles feigned betrayal, but was actually doing so for Cantarella's benefit. Ho-ho! So you've been controlling that doll remotely through that device? It doesn't have wires. Would that make it an aether transmitter? Or maybe you were using electronic signals? Mind showing it to me later? Never fear, I'll just take it apart a teensy-weensy bit and have a peek inside. Not on your life! What in the world is wrong with you, acting so friendly when we've only just met? Baron Heigl, what in the world would some of my feelings as well? And not even a single word of apology for kidnapping my precious daughter. I'm sir. Wait, no! I'm not about to apologize to the likes of you yet. Yes, I'm at fault too, but having heard her side of the story, it sounds to me like you're the one responsible for cornering her. So maybe you're the one who should apologize to Cantarella, and then we'll see. Oh, I love this. Oh, you're arguing with your daddy-in-law already. That's adorable. Gah. Igel yells back with a trembling voice, not yielding an inch to Miles's intimidation. I turn to look at Saint Germain. All things considered, I feel like they're both equally at fault. Just so. In any event, we do not have much time, so let us get back on track. Don't you just want to squeeze him? Don't you just want to like wrap your little arms around and just like squeeze him? And he's like, what are you doing? You're like, you're just so fucking cute. Like, I know you're stabby, but you're so precious. I love her boys so much. I just want to squeeze them all. Our first order of business in this castle that appears to be going berserk and quickly approaching the walls of London. And what appears to be giving those orders is Cantarella's singing. Which means we need to get to the main hub and stop her. Couldn't you use a speaking tube or some such to convince her directly? Judging from her song, her brain seems to be going out of control from the device. It's doubtful that she'd even listen to us. I suppose it comes down to navigating this labyrinthine path to get to the main hub then. It sounds like a challenge. If I think of it like a circus attraction of sorts, I might even enjoy it. Tell me, Doctor, do you like the circus? Alright then. All that's left now is to decide which route to take. That device will display a map, you say? Yeah, it's called Google. Google, show me a map. Oh! Igel's from the future, just FYI. I'm just saying. He's like, you have a device that will show a map? He's like, yeah, I just call on Google and a magic... Like, what? You guys don't have Google here? You don't have the internet? They're like, the what now? He's like, ugh. I mean, nothing. Google's Magic Castle. Anyway. Right. From what I can tell, there are currently only 2 paths, and those are both barely large enough to squeeze through. A path leads down to the exterior walls on the east side. It will most certainly be a shortcut, but just as assuredly dangerous. Another path leads down through the west section, and although long, it would slowly but surely lead us to our destination. Am I gonna have to fucking choose? And no matter which path we take, however, there's a heavily secured lock on the door to the main hub. In order to open it, we must take this device I hold and use it on a device in the west section. So, logically, we take the west path, but we also have the option of splitting up and taking both. Right. Rather than bunching us together, surely it'd be easier to divide our numbers. There's also no guarantee that the west path will be safe. Yep. Worst case, we've never run into a door that we can't break down before, right? I propose that the former path be taken by someone nimble. Lupin, would you accept the task? Sure. Leave it to me. Surely I'm the best suited. He's like, I'm rather flexy. Looks at Spacey, winks. What? What are you doing, perv? I love you, Lupin. All that remains, then, is to divide the group into 2 teams. I would wager that neither route would pose a problem to you, my lady. Well said. Why don't you choose the path that you think suits you best? Oh god, who am I gonna... Oh god. Oh right, I'll take... I don't know. I don't want... Just tell me where to go. I know we're gonna have to... I mean, we're gonna do... Okay, you know what? We should just do the east route along the wall, and when we come back... Because I'm gonna do the other ones. I know it's not gonna change too much. It just changes some scenes. But we're gonna have to do all the other options, so we'll do like an episode of just the options where we choose the opposite choices. What do I want to do this time, though? You know, we see all the scenes with the other boys, and... you know what? There's something... I want to go the western route down the narrow path. Let's do that one, and then we'll do the opposite one. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do this one. We decide on the western route, and we continue through the complex pathway. I just want to know who we're with. We're with Lupin, but the floors, the walls, the ceilings just keep going. Oh, unless he's going down a different path than the rest of us. The pathway is uniform, and everything looks the same, as if it were constructed to throw off our sense of direction and time. It feels like we've been walking forever. It doesn't feel like we're getting anywhere. We should be running. Agreed. Say, Baron, are you sure this is the right way? Yes, I think. You think? It is. It's absolutely the right way, so please stop glaring daggers at me. I don't mean to glare. He's like, it's just my face. Van Helsing has resting bitch face. It's fine. Yikes. I know what you mean, though. The briefest glance from old Vanny here is enough to make children cry. Is that so? Van Helsing, let me remind you that we are short on time, so do keep it to just one shot, would you? Don't enable him! I'd much prefer 0 shots! Forgive me, I was just trying to take a bit of tension off Eigel's shoulders. Me? He's right. You have been looking a little down for a while. Feeling responsible for what happened to Cantarella, huh? I am. My childish dream is to blame for this entire incident. If I'd known it would have come to this, I would have never chased after that silly illusion and just stayed locked up inside. Wait a minute. We have 3 of our boys. We have an extra person on this route. If we go the other route, we'd be kind of even. But it's kind of like they got 4 guys here and they got 3 going the other one because they only have Luke and Victor. And so it's really weird that they did this. I mean, I would sense that this is probably the east is the narrow route. No, this is the narrow. So why are we taking Eigel in the narrow route? Look how fucking big his chair is, motherfucker. He should be. Oh, well, the wall doesn't seem as safe as internal, so I guess. Yeah. We don't want him to fall. Like, I fell off the wall. Oh, that was probably a bad thing to do, you know. But I'm just saying, why? Well, no, because there would have been 4. Okay, no, there's no way that this would have been like, it would have been 4-3 no matter what you did. I can't do math, okay? Like, whatever. Anyway, it just seems like there's so many more people because we're here. But right. Stop right there and get those thoughts out of your head right this instant. Huh? You were prepared to dedicate your life to fulfilling your dream of moving this castle, right? Regretting that would be tantamount to denying your very self-standing here right this moment. But, besides, I can completely understand why you'd be so obsessed with this fine piece of machinery. Its overwhelming majesty, its billowing steam engine, and the driving force of its wheels that tear through the earth. I mean, how could you not bring this thing to life? I understand all too well, especially since patience isn't a word in my vocabulary. And that is a rather proud proclamation, is it not? Such shamelessness of one's own fault somehow manages to transcend ridicule. But, Eigel, I concur with Impy. Don't let it get to you too much. This was a complete accident. No one could possibly imagine something like this would happen. Yes, that is correct. Though I cannot applaud your forceful methods. If it were not for your desire to fulfill your dream and your intrusion at Cantarella's house, she may very well have been in Twilight's clutches now rather than here in this castle. Ultimately, you protected an innocent maiden from an inhumane organization. And now I'm gonna take her and kill her. What? Nothing. Exactly. So once we rescue her and stop the castle, allow me to thank you. As I smile at him brightly, he stops in his tracks. I suppose he's not used to being complimented or perhaps agreed with at all. Eigel's fists tremble, and he makes a slow, deep nod. It's great that you're feeling moved and all, but the matter at hand is still of grave importance. There'll be no time for gratitude if the situation escalates and untold damage occurs. You're right. Guide us if you'd rather avoid that scenario. Even as we speak, the castle moves. Every minute, every second will decide the outcome. I know! The room that leads to the main hub is right up ahead. But first, I must set my device to the machine located at the corner at the next turn. What? Fucking chorus. It's like, nope! Suddenly, the entire pathway tilts sideways. The impact jars the device from Eigel's hand. Of course it does. He leans forward in an attempt to catch it, but there's no way he can reach that far while sitting. Everyone, stay away from there! Whatever you do, don't step on the rusted parts! As Impy yells, a creaking metallic scream comes from the floor and a chasm begins to appear in the pathway we traversed. And did some sort of defense mechanism activate? Nope, it's just from deterioration. No matter what kind of metal, it's inevitable that years left in the ground would take its toll. And with those metals all elevated to the sky suddenly, they couldn't withstand the pressure. Everyone appears to have weathered the storm. The device, however. Saint Germain glances toward Eigel's device that is but moments from being swallowed by the tear in the floor. In the space below, countless gears are turning. If the device were to fall and get caught in those gears, surely there wouldn't be much left of it. However, if what Eigel was saying earlier is true, the path won't open without it. You guys do that. I'm just gonna run, and don't worry, I'll get the door open. And they'll be like, what are you doing? They show up, and we're just standing there like, what the fuck is going on? I'm melting the door. It's probably gonna take, about 6 days. But I'm doing it! It's practically within an arm's reach. Van Helsing! Miss Spacey, you must step back as well. Just as Van Helsing puts strength into his legs to leap forward, the floor below him crumbles under the force, and he hastily jumps back. Impy, Saint Germain, and I do the same. Even the act of stepping backwards causes a surrounding to quickly crumble. Then, the only one with even the slightest chance of reaching the device would be the one closest to it, currently in a reasonably stable spot. It's all up to me? Eigel alone. I was like, the one closest to him, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be poor Eigel. Like, don't fall! You've got to be kidding. Out of everyone, why me? I don't know what I did with his voice. Like, he had a voice, and then it changed because it's like the voice that he had originally didn't really work with who he is, but now I don't fucking know what I'm doing, so. Eigel trembles as he looks to the device on the floor, out of reach. Nothing short of a leap could possibly reach it. But such a feat is an impossibility for a doll that runs on wheels. I can't do it. There's simply no way. The fellow with the glasses is a hero of the vampire war. If I were him, surely this would be trivial. An impact runs through the castle again, pulverizing his naive thoughts and bringing him back to reality. Gravity quickly threatens to pull the device into the deadly chasm. Once it falls, that'd be the end of it. Anyone would get torn to shreds by the churning sea of gears. Waiting for the hero to make his move is an exercise of futility. Be the hero, Eigel. This is beyond ridiculous. I knew full well my bad legs would be a burden. I should have just handed the device over to that impy fellow and left the rest to everyone else. Why then? Why did I come all this way with them? Out of a sense of guilt for having activated the castle? A sense of duty as the castle's owner? No, that's not it. Oh, you love Cantarella. You're no different, aren't you? Fairy tale songstress! Don't make me laugh! I'm just a device you need to activate the castle! No, he loves her. Oh! It's not like you needed me! The living, breathing Cantarella! Her heart-rending expression that cried despair is scorched into his memories. Oh, and the castle finally moved. If I hadn't thanked her, but instead applauded for her beautiful song, would that have prevented such a pained face? That must be it. Then, when the device is but inches from falling into the swarm of machines... Whoa! Oh! He doesn't even consider what might happen next. I must apologize to her. And this time, I'll do so to Cantarella, the living, breathing person. Those are his only thoughts. Before he even realizes it, he's leaping forward with his legs that shouldn't even be able to move. The deep sound of gears draws nearer. However, I don't care. He does his best to focus on the device before him. He couldn't care less about certain death that creeps ever closer. He stretches out his hand all the while. And finally, it's in his hands. The heat produced by the gears tickles his nose. Would someone catch it if I were to throw it upwards, I wonder... Heigl! Seconds before his hair is about to get caught up in the gears, he stops falling. Ah! Looking up, two men are holding onto his legs, and Spacey is looking down at him. My goodness, you certainly are a reckless one. A good thing then that your lifestyle made for a light diet. Very funny, Count. Can we perhaps pull him up instead of cracking jokes? Ari, there's hardly any safe footing left. Ouch! Ow! 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 Finally able to move my legs, and now you're gonna snap them in two if you're not more gentle. Ignoring my complaints, the two tug upwards with all their might. Ugh! I bounce against the floor like a fish that was just reeled onto land. I go, are you alright? Other than a possible broken nose and almost having my legs torn off. Fine. That's a small price to pay compared to your life, so suck it up. But it's thanks to you that the device is safe. And you see, much is possible if you try. Oh, Van Helsing. Such the motivational speaker. Job well done, Eigel. Indeed. I have developed quite the positive opinion of you. I commend you for the brave display, Eigel. That's when I realized that was the first time those two would call me by my name. That's how you know they love you. Despite the difficulty we encounter along the way, we steadily make our way further until the final door leading us to the main hub greets us, and both teams safely diverge. Beyond here is the main hub of the castle. And Cantarella, too? Yes, I'm sure of it. The fact that the castle continues to move is evidence enough, is it not? Eigel sits back atop his doll once again. Though he was able to stand for the very first time in the heat of the moment, it seems that his legs won't cooperate again. He's scared. They're like, bitch, no, we moved and he threw us into a chasm. I'm not doing that. But even so, that was quite a huge step for him, in the most literal sense. Oh, because we all met up. I'm like, what the fuck are they here now? Right. Miles, are you ready? Though he nods slightly, Miles's expression seems stiff. We're all in the spot, so he's probably trying to think of the best words to say to Cantarella once they're reunited. Meanwhile, Miles, here. I search through my pockets and hand him something. Is this her notebook? It is. Cantarella asked me to read it and give her my impressions. Perhaps I should have kept quiet about this, but she said she wanted to write a song for you to celebrate when the two of you first met. In preparation of that day, she wrote out her feelings about how much she cares about you in the form of a song. So, no matter what she says from this point on, never forget that those feelings exist deep down. Thank you. Miles accepts the notebook and smiles. And then he tries to kiss me. No, I'm just kidding. Because, you're like, hey, get in line. Like, literally get in line. There's a line. Lupin's like, don't fucking touch her. All right, then. Let's go see her, shall we? Darkness and silence spreads out before us. The perpetual sound of the moving castle are completely shut out from this room. The complete lack of any human presence here brings a chill down my spine. But breaking the eerie silence, Cantarella! Her father yells out the name of the daughter he'd been so desperately searching for. That's the signal for the curtain to rise. Light shines into the darkness, and the world is illuminated in an instant. There, covered in exposed gears of all sizes, is a twisted, distorted stage where one could easily imagine tragedies of countries the world over being reproduced. The sharp sound of metal hitting metal is like an orchestra that emphasizes the tragedy. And at its center, the dun-dun-dun music is like... There is a songstress. She sings her song, not knowing who the song is for, or even for what purpose. Her succession of extreme highs and lows has little regard for the strain on her throat. Her curved throat vibrates in fine detail, barely able to handle the overwhelming power of her voice. What I'm witnessing should be beautiful, but the sounds she emits are sharp enough to shred her audience to bits. It's like a banshee's cursed song. Still sings better than I do. This song...
You're pulling my chain. That's Cantarella?
The distorted stage leaves us speechless. There's no way Cantarella would ever sing such a hellish song willingly. The cause must be the device embedded in her brain. The wicked device that torments and destroys her consciousness. Oh god, she's gonna die, that'd be sad.
Can you hear me, Cantarella? It's me, Miles!
Filled with rejection, Cantarella's voice leaps an octave higher. The castle shakes violently as if trembling in fear. But this time, we don't escape unscathed.
Gah!
A giant gear suddenly flies from the floor below, colliding fiercely with Miles's head. Well, I was like, we don't stop unscathed. I'm like, Miles is dead. Sorta. I'm sure he's not dead, but you know. Miles! Blood splatters. Knocked away like a discarded toy, Miles's body rolls along the floor. I thought I was gonna... Knocked away like a discarded toy, Miles's head. Well, I guess he is dead. Oh my god, could you imagine? Before the gear can follow up with a flurry of attacks... Van Helsing's gun quickly takes it down. I thought it would be a straightforward matter of stopping the songstress, but...
Indeed, it seems there's more to it. Cantarella and the castle make for a destructively good match. A change of plans. Impy, do something about the device that's moving the castle first.
You make it sound so easy. I'd have to get up close if I'm gonna do that.
Even if we're to approach it differently, there's no way we could risk shooting Cantarella.
I'm pretty sure Van Helsing would be like, it's rock salt, she'll be fine. And I'm with Van Helsing, it's rock salt, she'll be fine.
Allow me to help, if only as a decoy. Let us be off, Impy.
I mean, again, it's rock salt, she'll be fine. Just let Van Helsing shoot her. Lupin and Van Helsing step to the front, accepting the responsibility of combating the constant stream of flying gears. Meanwhile, Impy and Saint Germain begin their dash toward what appears to be the castle's control system near Cantarella.
Let's go help Miles where they're distracting her.
Right. Victor and I run to Miles and drag him away. Victor wipes away the blood that has seeped from Miles's head and examines the wound.
That's good. He's just unconscious, and no sign of trauma to his skull.
Miles... let out a sigh of relief. Unfortunately, however, the situation hasn't changed in the slightest. I mean, it's literally been 4 seconds. Why is it attacking people? This castle is a remnant of a dream designed for one's amusement. The wizard said as much. But this is nothing more than a weapon. I didn't awaken this castle for this. Igel... As Igel grits his teeth, Impy and Saint Germain barely manage to get to the machine. With Saint Germain protecting his back from gears, Impy reaches out to the machine. Impy, do you think you can do it?
Just leave it to me. With a combination of my engineering genius and your loving support, I can overcome any security. What the heck is this? This control panel doesn't have buttons, levers, or anything. Did whatever whack job who built this castle seriously plan to control it by singing alone?
That is rather odd. I would imagine that a mechanism of a scale this large would have an alternate method of operation in the event of an emergency. If not, its creator must have had the utmost confidence in the ability to control it with singing, or...
A backup control method could have been too dangerous? But wait, that just doesn't add up.
Hey, Impy! I give it to us straight! Can you do something about it or not?
Yeah, I think it's doable if I can take it apart, but whether I can do so before we reach London, that might prove sort of tricky. If we can only stop Cantarella's singing, or at least quiet her down a bit. Somebody lunge on her. These blasted things are ruthless. Van Helsing, fucking shoot her. If you shoot her with rock salt and it knocks her out, she'll stop singing. That's all I'm saying. Like, shoot her in the throat, but let Victor get in there, make sure she didn't, like, break her, like, she's, like, didn't collapse her trachea or anything, you know? He'd long lost count of how many gears he'd shot down. Maybe it's just my imagination, but with every gear, he counterattacks. Cantarella's voice seems to get louder and louder. Perhaps the castle senses its own danger. And then... I see. So basically, we just need to break her concentration on her singing, right? Miles?
Hold on, you shouldn't be moving. With that injury, you're still...
Miles, who'd been unconscious beside me, is now standing beside Lupin and Van Helsing. Mr. War Hero, Lupin, thank you. But it's fine now. Just leave the rest to me. Mr. War Hero, Lupin. Van Helsing's like, have a fucking name! I mean, I'll take Mr. War Hero. That sounds awesome. Mr. Human Weapon. Okay, you know what? That one's rude. For the longest time, it was my job to calm her down whenever she cried. Miles takes a step forward. Are you seriously gonna get closer without fighting back? Of course. What kind of a parent runs away or fights in order to talk to their child? This time I'm determined to talk to her face to face. He takes another step. Without making an attempt to dodge, Miles receives a direct hit against his right hand. The impact makes an unpleasant, dull, breaking sound. Maybe you could have Lupin and Van Helsing cover your ass while you go up to her. The speed and intensity of the song increases. Her lyrics contain nothing but overwhelmingly negative emotions. It manifests physically as a barrage against Miles. Stay back! His right shoulder pierced. I'm scared. No! The left side of his abdomen struck. Oh my god, she's like... Oh, wow. It hurts. His right thigh gouged. I'm assuming it's her saying that? Not him, I don't know. Maybe it's a... Oh, Cantarella! Despite the gruesome assault, he won't stop calling his daughter's name. Glaring at him all the while, Cantarella takes a breath once more. At that moment... That's enough! Just listen to what he has to say! Eigel steps out in front, shielding Miles. Cutting people off with your yelling? What are you, a child? A spoiled one at that. You know, right now, you have no right to lambaste me as a good-for-nothing. So what if you were abandoned? So what if you were used? If you're hurting that badly, then use words. What happened to that tongue lashing that you're so good at? And then after that, if you still don't feel satisfied, then give him a nice big slap with your own strength. Don't let some cold device do all the work for you. Eigel's yelling stops her movement for a moment. Now's my chance. Spacey! In that moment, I immediately run out and support Miles by the shoulders. Miles, grab on! I'm going to Cantarella's side. So make sure to tell her everything that's on your mind. Spacey. I'm awesome like this. Whoa! The doll that Eigel sits on is hit directly by a gear. He's flung off and hits the floor with a hard impact. The next person that Cantarella deemed an enemy was the one walking with Miles. Me. The only sound from her mouth is her heart-rending aria. Help me! It hurts! Kill me! I want to die! Her wailing song that communicated those feelings stabs painfully at my chest. However... No! The song you wanted Miles to hear wasn't a sad one like... Wasn't a sad one like, was it? Like, was it? I don't think that's how they meant that to come out, but yeah. Wasn't a sad one like this, I'm assuming. That song written in your notebook, full of emotion. That was a warm song, filled with life and hope, so... A gear approaches as if to silence me. I can still do this. In spite of his terrible injuries, Miles blows away the gear in a single quick action. Thank you, Miles. Let's go. Miles and I run forward with all our strength. Miles is, I'll be honest, I'll give him props because he is like beating the fuck up and gushing blood and he's like running. And then I take in a lungful of air so that my voice may reach Cantarella. I'm not fucking singing. So that my song may reach Cantarella. I'm not doing it. I'll think of nothing but her and sing. Oh good, it's just da 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 da. My singing is clumsy, to put it lightly, but it's the voice that she found so delightful. To break through to her, I sing from the bottom of my heart. And then, with a perplexing vibration, the movement of the clockwork castle slows. I sing louder, my voice blending with hers, and although gradual, the slowing is definite. I'm not a songstress, so why then? Because you have the same fucking voice, because you're the same fucking person. But there's no time to be thinking about that. I have more important things to worry about. It would be an understatement to say that my voice doesn't hold a candle to Cantarella's. Running certainly isn't helping, but I'm not even hitting the right notes. But even so... The memories of the lyrics are still inside her, without a doubt. Go! To better concentrate on my singing, I let go of Miles's arm and nudge his back. Besides, he has a daughter to tend to. Could you imagine you had to go save someone and you're like, I gotta run after them and sing? Oh god, that'd be such a fucking train wreck. Oh. He's all beaten the fuck up. Hey there, Cantarella. Do you remember the first time we met? Even amidst this fierce battle, it's a gentle, quiet voice. Cantarella seems to stiffen in surprise. Well, no, I suppose it's because you can remember that you're going berserk like this. So let me ask you this then. Do you hate me for saving you? Look at how precious he is! Oh! As if in response, a giant gear passes right by him. I see. So that's your answer. But frankly, at this point, I don't really give a damn what your answer is. He asserts without hesitation. He wipes away the blood that blurs his vision and makes sure to look her directly in the eye. Because you were so small and adorable back then. That's right. It was love at first sight. I couldn't help but think of how lovely it would be to have such an adorable daughter. I don't know the details of your past traumas or the circumstances of your birth. I simply wanted you to smile. That's all. Got a problem with that. And then, as you grew up, that feeling became stronger and stronger. Yeah, but see, the weird thing is... Oh, well, I guess because she's technically made different. So she was used with real people parts, which sounds really good. She's like a Frankenstein monster. Sorry, Victor, not you. But you know what I mean? Like, so she obviously wasn't and actually aged, and then he decided to go with, like, the homunculus things, and we were just made this way. Like, we're not gonna age, we're just made this way. We didn't have a childhood. We weren't a kid that grew up. So she actually was somehow created in a lab and was like, okay, she's created as a child, and then grew, and then he found her, and she actually grew up. How we ended up being, like, the same fucking age, though, is really weird. You know, like, just I magically rolled out of the fucking test tube like this. But she, like, you know, it's bizarre, but anyway. So I took an oath. I swore that I wouldn't let some device take away those memories. That's why I betrayed you, to save you. Though, well, I guess that had the opposite effect. Right then, if that's not enough to get through to you, let me give it to you straight and simple. Aww. Look at the... Oh, he's so precious. You're still kind of a dick, but you're precious. Anyway, I love you, my daughter. I'll hold you more dear than anything else in the world. Cantarella Strand. Her eyes immediately go wide. And then, as the distorted stage crumbles with sound, unceasing tears flow from her eyes. Father! I've been waiting so long to hear those words. Do you have any idea how insecure, how sad I was? Right, I'm sorry. It seems I seriously need you by my side. I'm sorry that I'm such a cowardly dad, Cantarella. Sorry. Why? I'm not really gonna. Her bawling sounds like that of a child, but compared to her mournful song of lament, it's almost a thing of beauty. There's something about the fact that he's acting like her dad. It's kind of fucked up because he's like Van Helsing's age, and it's just, I don't know, it just feels like sort of kind of disturbing. You know, there's just something about it that feels icky to me. I'm like, no, it's weird. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna stop here because this is like still going, and we're almost at an hour anyway, and I have a feeling this part's just gonna be a little bit too long for us to go. So I'm gonna stop it here, and we'll continue in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.